Welcome to our part 3 in the of intensive review. So now we will discuss the left hand and right hand limits naman. So among the functions na meron tayo, one of the functions na meron tayo is na tawag nating piecewise function. Okay? So when we talk about piecewise function, it is a function na binubuo ng mga multiples function with the given condition. Let's say for example, itong function. We have h of x is equal to, first function natin, we have negative x condition if x is less than negative 2. Another function, h of x is equal to square root of 4 minus x squared. Meron din siyang condition if x is equal or greater than negative 2 but less than or equal to 2. And last function, h of x is equal to x minus 2 if x is greater than 2. So paano natin kukunin yung limit ng piecewise function nito? Kasi nga binubuo siya ng maraming functions. We will use the left hand and right hand limit. Let's say for example, we will evaluate the limit of h of x as x approaches to negative. So dito mapapansin natin na meron tayong superscript which is the sign negative. Meron din tayong positive. So anong ibig sabihin nito? Para sa superscript na negative, gagamit tayo ng left hand limit. So based on the condition na meron tayo, yung left hand limit ay gumagamit ng less than na sign. For the right hand limit naman, we will use the greater than sign. Okay? Let's say for example, ito, limit of h of x as x approaches to negative. Hahanapin natin yung c natin dito which is 2 since we have two sets of c here. Yung c natin dito or as follow, meron tayong negative 2 and we have 2. So sa letter A, hahanapin natin yung limit ng function as x approaches to negative. So saan si 2 here? So ito, this is our C and this is another C. Since negative yung pinag-uusapan dito, kukunin natin yung x is less than. Okay, x is less than 2 na function. So saan siya? So this is greater than and this is less than. So the function na gagamitin natin to solve for A is square root of 4 minus x squared. So ito yung kukunin natin na function. Okay, then we will substitute the value of x as 2. So we have 4 minus 2 squared, or that is 4 minus 4, or that is square root of 0, or that is 0. Thus, the limit of letter A is 0. Let's proceed to letter P. So, ito naman yung superscript natin is positive. So, we will take the condition x is greater than 2. So, saan sa x is greater than 2? Ito. And what is the function? X minus 2. So, kukunin natin yung limit ng x minus 2 as x approaches to positive. Substitute. We have 2 minus 2, or that is 0. Thus, the limit of h of x as x approaches to positive is equal to 0. Dako naman tayo sa letter C. Kukunin pa rin natin yung limit ng function natin as x approaches 2 na lang. So, wala na siyang superscript na negative or positive. Anong ibig sabihin nito? That whatever the defined value of the limit ng 2 negative and 2 positive, that is the limit of your function as x approaches 2. Kung pareha sila. So, balikan natin yung A and B. Limit ng A again is 0. Then the limit of B is also 0. Pareho ba sila? Yes. And then the limit of the function is defined. Thus, the limit of h of x as x approaches to is also equal to 0. So, define po yung limit ng ating function. Let's proceed to letter D. Ito naman, C natin is negative 2. So, superscript is negative. We will look for the condition x is less than negative 2. So, saan si x is less than 2? Ito. And what is the function? Negative x. That means, in letter D, we're looking for the limit of negative x as x approaches negative to negative. Then substitute. Negative, our x is negative 2, and negative times negative is positive 4. And this is the limit of the function as x approaches negative to negative. So, ito yung left hand limit natin. Okay? Dako tayo sa negative to positive. Ito naman yung right hand. Ang ibig sabihin ng x approaches negative to positive is that we're looking for the values of x which is greater than negative 2. Balikan natin yung condition. Nasaan si x is greater than 2. So ito, x is greater than negative 2 and the function is square root of 4 minus x squared. So ito yung kukunin nating limit. Okay? To positive. Then substitute, lahat ng x magiging negative 2. So we get 4 minus negative 2 squared. Simplify. 4 minus 4, that is square root of 0, or that is 0. So 0 is our right hand limit. Okay? So ito yung limit ng letter E. Then dapat tayo sa letter F. We're looking for the limit of the function as x approaches negative 2. Wala na siyang superscript. Pag walang superscript, tingnan natin yung limit na nakuha natin sa letter D and yung letter E na limit natin. Kung magkakapareho po sila, then the limit of the function is defined. Pero pag magkakaiba, the limit of the function does not exist. We'll compare. Yung letter D, we get 4. Ito yung left-hand limit ng function natin. Yung letter E naman, ito yung right-hand limit, 0. Yung 4 ba parehas sa value ng 0? No. Then the limit of letter F, it does not exist. Hindi siya defined. Gets? So dapat tayo. Let's say for example, we have your piecewise function with given conditions. We will evaluate the following limits. So let's say for example, letter A, limit of your f of x as x approaches 1 negative. Again, ulitin na natin. Pag yung superscript is negative, we are looking for the left-hand limit. Okay? So yung x approaches 1 negative, based on our condition, is the same as x is what? Is less than 1. So saan dito yung condition natin which is x is less than 1? Ito. And what is the function? 3x plus 2. That means the value of your f of x is 3x plus 2. Ibig sabihin ng letter A, hahanapin natin yung limit ng 3x plus 2 as x approaches 1 negative. And then substitution, lahat ng x magiging 1. So we have 3 times 1 plus 2 is equal to what? 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2. We get 5, and this is our left-hand limit. Let's proceed to letter B. So yung letter B naman natin, yung C natin is 1 positive. Pag positive yung superscript, again, we are looking for the right-hand limit of your function. So yung x approaches 1 positive, based on our condition, is x is greater than 1. So saan dito si x is greater than 1? Ito. And what is the function? X squared plus 4. So that means we're looking for the limit of x squared plus 4 as x approaches 1 positive. And then substitution, we have 1 squared plus 4. 1 squared is equal to 1 plus 4, that is 5. And this is your right-hand limit. So your limit as x approaches 1 positive is 5. Proceed tayo sa letter C. Yung letter C natin, our C here is 1. Wala siyang superscript na negative or positive. So para makuha yung limit ng letter C natin ng function as x approaches 1, we need to compare your left-hand limit and the right-hand limit. Okay? Kung magkakapareho, then the limit is defined, and that is the limit of letter C. Pero kung magkakaiba, then the limit of letter C does not exist. Okay? So tingnan natin yung left-hand limit natin kanina. We get 5. And our right-hand limit is equal to 5 also. Pareho ba yung left hand at saka right hand? Yes, they are indeed equal. Then, masasabi natin that yung letter C, the limit of the function as x approaches 1 is what? Is also equal to 5. And because the limit here is defined, then ito na yung limit ng number 5. So let's proceed to another example. So let's say for example, we have g of x. Ito naman. So given conditions, aalamin natin yung A, B, C. Sa letter A, we are looking for the left-hand limit since the superscript is negative. So hahanapin lang natin, titingnan natin yung condition na x is less than 0. That is x approaches 0 negative. So nandito yung x is less than 0. Ito, and the function is 3x minus 1. Thus, we're looking for the limit of 3x plus 1 as x approaches 0 negative. Then substitution, lahat ng x maging 0. That means we have 3 times 0 plus 1. 3 times 0 is 0 plus 1. We get 1. And this is the left-hand limit ng ating letter E. Let's proceed to letter B. So positive naman yung superscript. we're looking for the condition x is greater than 0. Nasaan si x is greater than 0? Ito. That means we're looking for the limit of x squared plus 4 as x approaches 0 positive. Then substitution, 0 squared plus 4, that is 4. Okay, 0 plus 4 is 4. And this is the right-hand limit ng ating function. Okay, to find the letter C naman, as x approaches 0, we need to compare your left-hand limit and the right-hand limit na nakuha natin sa A and B. Okay, yung letter A natin is 1, yung letter B natin is 4. Pareho ba sila? No, they're not equal. The letter C, limit does not exist since magkakaiba yung limit ng ating letter A and B. Okay, last two example. We have another piecewise function. We're looking for the two limits here. We have as x approaches negative 3 negative. Ulitin natin that the superscript negative tells us the what? The condition, okay, condition na less than. So we're looking for x is less than negative 3. Saan dito yung x is less than negative 3? Ito. So we're looking for the limit of x plus 3 as x approaches negative 3 negative. Substitution lahat ng x maging negative 3. We have negative 3 plus 3, that is 0. And this is the left-hand limit of our function. Para naman sa letter B, negative 3 positive, we're looking for the condition x is greater than negative 3. So ito, yung x is greater than negative 3. And the function is negative x minus 3. So ito yung function na gagamitin natin for the right hand. Then substitute, we have negative 3 minus 3. We get negative times negative is positive, minus 3. And the limit is 0. So we have your right-hand limit, which is 0. So that concludes that the limit of your function as x approaches negative 3 is also equal to 0, since left-hand limit is the same as your right-hand limit. Last example. So prove that if f of x is equal to x cubed plus 3 over x plus 1, then the limit of your function as x approaches negative 1 positive is equal to 3. So dito, para malaman natin, okay, ipoprove natin that the limit of your function as x approaches negative 1 positive is equal to 3 daw. Okay? So we will use direct substitution. Okay, na kung saan yung x natin is equal to negative 1 since x approaches to your negative 1. So the limit of your function, x cubed plus 1 over x plus 1 as x approaches negative 1 positive daw is equal to 3. Okay? So ipoprove natin that the limit of your function is equal to 3 daw. So para makuha to, para ma-prove, so we will set your 3 as unknown muna. Okay? So kunin muna natin yung limit ng x cubed plus 1 over x plus 1 as x approaches negative 1 positive. Okay? By direct substitution, gamit muna tayo ng direct substitution as our safest na method. So lahat ng x maging negative 1, the functions become negative 1 cubed plus 1 over negative 1 plus 1. And negative 1 cubed is equal to negative 1 plus 1 over negative 1 plus 1. We get 0 over 0, or that is your indeterminate. So nakuha natin yung indeterminate form of a number. That means meron siyang limit but we don't know the exact limit for this. Okay? So gamit yung direct substitution, hindi natin malalaman yung estimate limit for your function. So we will use the other method, which is the factoring method. Okay? So instead of using the x cubed plus 1 over x plus 1, i-factor out muna natin yung nasa taas. Okay? Para magkaroon tayo ng cancellation to avoid getting 0 over 0. So what are factors of x cubed plus 1? We have factors of x cubed plus 1 is x squared minus x plus 1, and we have x plus 1. Okay, so ito yung factors ng x cubed plus 1. Copy lang yung nasa baba. Magkakaroon ba ng cancellation? Yes, the term x plus 1. So may iwan na lang si x squared minus x plus 1. So ito yung gagamitin nating function instead of this function using your factoring method. So let's find the limit of x squared minus x plus 1 as x approaches negative 1 positive. Substitute lang tayo. So lahat ng x maging negative 1, we get negative 1 squared minus negative 1 plus 1. Simplify, we get 1. Negative and negative becomes positive plus 1, and we get 3. That means the limit of your function as x approaches negative 1 positive is equal to 3, which, ito na po, na-prove natin na 3 talaga yung limit ng ating functions. And that's all for today. See you on our next review.